Yo, what's good, family? Y'all already know who it is, and for those that don't, it's me, Big Lou the Don. So we gonna get right into this thing, alright? I asked y'all if y'all wanted to hear about my time in the Navy over the last 7 years, and what a perfect time to tell y'all right before I get out. So we gonna start from the beginning and slowly work our way through. So I ain't gonna give y'all everything at once, because then it'll be a long video. So we're gonna break this thing up in parts. So for this first part, we're gonna talk about my time in boot camp and possibly get into me headed to Corps school, which is when I was stationed in Texas. But we shall see how that goes. So let's get this started. All right, y'all. So boom, May 2018. I leave for boot camp. I get dropped off at the hotel in MEPS. Next morning, leave at like 4 in the morning, and we on that flight. So for those that don't know, actually most of y'all don't know, I've never been away from my family for more than like 2-3 weeks. I'm no close with my family. So literally, hardest thing I've ever had to do was leave for boot camp, because again, I've never been away from my family, and my family means everything to me. So that was hard. But yeah, so leave for boot camp. When I first get to boot camp, man, they had us up for like maybe 2 or 3 days. To this day, I don't even know how long I was up. I just know I was up probably longer than I expected to be up. They get us into our divisions or whatever. While they're in boot camp, you know, we learn a lot of Navy history, learn about the different types of ships, different things you might have to do on the ship, learn about different people, just all things Navy. You just learn different things, you work out, and you kind of have like little competitions amongst your division and other divisions. And throughout the entire time in boot camp, you're trying to collect all these different flags by completing different tasks. Boot camp low-key was a blur for me, just because of all the stress that you put yourself through, or they put you through. Well, boot camp, it was really, I had to realize it was a mental game. Like, they literally have to break you down to build you up. And in boot camp, my division, we weren't the smartest, we were the strongest. So we got called all kinds of names. We was our RDCs, especially because at the time that I went to boot camp, they were transitioning into being more sensitive about the words that they were using. So instead of calling you fat and retarded, they called you fluffy and mentally deficient, and all kinds of other crazy names. Like for me, I got called mentally deficient a few times because I couldn't remember certain ranks. But it's like, how can you remember that? And like, so before you leave for boot camp, you're typically put in this like pre-boot camp program. I never went because I literally enlisted, and then 2 weeks later I went out to boot camp, so I didn't have time to be a part of that program. So I was kind of behind everybody else, where I was given the material to actually go over and kind of help me fast track me being behind. But me being me, I didn't look into that information. So I had to play catch up. I had to play catch up. So yeah, in boot camp, I struggled a bit, but there were people who were, you know, wanting to take jobs and get these different jobs, because when you had a job in boot camp, whether it was the laundry PO, being a yeoman, whatever the case may be, there was a possibility of you picking up rank by the end of boot camp. Well, me, I'm like, nah, because I've been seeing that people were getting in trouble and losing these jobs. And if you got in trouble, if you were the leader, you got in trouble, and for the stupid shit that other people were doing, I wasn't having that. And especially because I don't know what was going on in the female birthing, but there was a lot of crazy shit going on. Like, we had females who could not wipe their ass properly. We had females shitting in the bathroom, shitting on the floor. We had females not showering. We've even had people piss themselves. It was just a lot. But yeah, I mean, we had like the female birthing. We had to literally at the end. So we have what's called taps, and that's when we're supposed to go to bed. So we had to have like a little kumbaya moment here and there to like get the rest of these hoes together. Like, hey, I don't know what the hell you got going on or what your problem is with this bitch, but get that shit together. Like, work this shit out. But yeah, I stayed low key and in the background because I ain't want no smoke with none of the RDCs. However, there was a few times I did get pointed out, but nothing too crazy. And if I did, it was amongst the group and not kind of like individually. So yeah, and then on top of that, I had me a little. I was in boot camp walling just a little bit, but I ain't gonna speak too much on that. But I had a good time in boot camp. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, the friends I made in boot camp, some of them I still keep in tabs with. Some of them, you know, I follow on social media every now and then. You know, we might hit each other with a hey, hello, congratulations, something like that. You know, keep tabs with each other. But yeah, boot camp was kind of stressful for me a little bit, only because it was a big change for me. I had to learn how to catch on to a lot of things fast, and then especially being that I was somebody who was also recently coming off of a concussion protocol months prior, it was a little harder for me. And then on top of that, during boot camp, I started having migraines, headaches, just so that I could stay in the Navy. I was having headaches, and so yeah. But nah, boot camp was fun. If I could, I would go back and do it again with the same people. Maybe a few different. Might pick a few out and switch them for somebody else, cause some of them motherfuckers, they was straight trash. Some of them was off they fucking rocker and needed to be sent home. But yeah, it was a good time. I want to say a lot of those connections that I had in boot camp, some of them I still have. Some of those people I've served with in the fleet, whether they were ride-alongs in my deployment or we just ran into each other while stationed in the same place. But it was cool. Boot camp was real cool. And then after boot camp, I actually went to San Antonio, Texas. But I'll leave that for a story for another day. If y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns about boot camp, or y'all want me to drop some more, I guess, details about boot camp, because I was a little vague about boot camp, let me know. I'll answer the questions without spilling too much tea on it. But yeah, let me know what's good with you. Go ahead, like this mug up for me. Do y'all big one with it, you feel me? Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.